We back on. For the people overseas, you know what I mean? It's probably afternoon at the afternoon overseas, you know what I mean? For the people on the East Coast, they probably waking up in the morning, taking their kids to school, or not taking their kids to school, but going to the gym or something, getting their kids dressed, you know what I mean, getting breakfast ready or something. But Sharif edition, what the fuck weekly. I'm gonna let the people get in the building, you know what I mean? Let the mob get back in this motherfucker. We doubling up. I'm up. I'm on Vegas time, my nigga. Just came from Super Bowl weekend. You know, Vegas, man, you sleep all day and party all night. So I'm on Super Bowl Vegas time. I'm up. So I know a lot of niggas out there still up. So I'm gonna let everybody tap in, let the notifications go out. You know what I mean? Salute to my twin, Gooch the Great. He out there in Vegas. He know what time I'm on, vampire time. You know, and yeah, it's double up time, man. Period. We missed last week with Smoke a Lot Radio. So yeah, we doubling up, man, this week, man. We owe y'all some content. Let the mob tap in, everybody tap in, the notifications go out. You feel me? Oh yeah, everybody tapping back in. We back, Jack. I'm telling you, we back on the What the Fuck Weekly, Sharif side of the game. It's on some political shit. And the worst thing you could do in podcasting is political shit and religious shit. So this is Sharif edition. I don't agree or disagree with nothing I'm going to play tonight. I want y'all to make a decision. But I got to report the news. That's all I'm doing. So y'all make a decision on anything that I'm reporting tonight. And I got some little basketball shit up in the twist with that shit too. So we're going across the board with a couple topics, you feel me? But Tucker Carlson did an amazing interview with Vladimir Putin in Russia. Going viral, you know, hitting the headlines, you know. They wilding out right now. Hold on, my wife calling right now. Hold on. Wife tapping in, you feel me? Salute to Kizzy Kitchen in the building. You know, salute to my wife, man. Definitely a Wonder Woman. You know, that's why I got when you marry somebody, make sure she a Wonder Woman, my nigga. You know, a Wonder Woman, my nigga. You know, and then a nigga might not check all the categories. You know what I mean? She check all my categories. I can't say I might not check all her categories. You know, I'm rusty on some parts of my game. But far as what I want to be with, she checks all my categories. You know what I mean? So I'm with my Wonder Woman. That's why I married her, man. So salute to Kizzy. Period. You feel me? Straight up. But people are in the bill. You see my boss place. My wife like really cooked. Like they was like making a big deal that Rick Ross' wife made him some spaghetti or whatever the fuck noodle type of recipe he was eating. Hey, salute, because you know what I mean. Hey, a lot of these chicks can't cook. A lot of these chicks, you know, just used to going out to dinner every night. You know what I mean? A lot of these chicks was raised not cooking. You know, they raised, you know, going to fucking McDonald's all day. They raised going to Wendy's and shit, and you know. So how do they learn how to cook? You know, so a lot of these young chicks. That's why niggas get veteran chicks, seasoned chicks. You know what I mean? So you know that got the game. You know what I mean? Know how to nourish a motherfucker. If you know how to nourish your man, you can nourish your family. Period. And that's the first thing a nigga look for in a woman. If you can nourish me, take care of me, you can take care of the kids and the family. If you can't nourish your man, you can't nourish your family. Period. Straight up. So that's the ultimate test, you know. Females, everybody got the same surgery, all the same BBLs, all the shit. But the love, the nourishment for your man is not there. You know, females think they bigger than they man. You know, now that they're getting some money. Now let me make a let me ask all my G's out there, my homeboys and my niggas out there. How many times did you fuck with a dirtbag bitch? You know, put a baby up in it and everything. And she got like a lot of your money coming from child support. That happens all the time, right? The new league of feminist females think that since they get money and they make the most money in the household, they can't fuck with no broke niggas. But how many times rich niggas fuck with broke bitches? 99.9% of the time. So how the fuck when women get money and they up, all of a sudden they can't fuck with broke niggas? But niggas fuck with broke bitches all day. That's celebrities. That's up. Tech niggas, celebrity niggas, fucking podcast niggas. They all fuck with bitches that don't got the money that they got. They probably got some little, you know, rent money and shit to pay their bills. They working or whatever. Not saying they broke, but they don't got the money as these millionaire people that's fucking with them. So why do females think that since they get some millions and shit, they can't fuck with the lower class nigga? That's crazy, you know? That's crazy right now. So that being said, we don't get to this political shit though. I just went on a little rant. My bad. My bizzle, my nizzle. Salute the Goose, the motherfucking great, man. One of the twins activate. Where is this podcast? I'm looking for the podcast so I can see y'all. Am I on? I'm trying to find it so I can see the shit on the screen. Like my TV. Okay, boom, going by. I don't see my shit live. I'm trying to put my shit on the screen. Let me see. Boom. There we go. All right, man. Trump for president. All bullshit aside, I'm voting for Trump. We need a nigga with, you know what I mean, kahunas in that motherfucker and really bring America back. I think America is on the downfall. This is Sharif edition. I think since the administration that's in, you know, office right now, since they got in office, we've been on the spiral. This shit has been going downtown Julie Brown. This my observation. You know, even with the influx of the border situation going down with all these immigrants coming in freely, you know, and they taking care of the immigrants more than they take care of the Americans. Like they giving immigrants more shit than they giving the homeless in America. Like they homeless too, but they're putting these, you know, man, you can look at the news for what they're doing for these immigrants compared to what they're doing to the homeless people that's from America in America. You know, and it seemed like the new administration care about, you know, people that's not from America more than they care about the actual American. Because all these wars and shit that's going down, we ain't got nothing to do with that. But we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to people that's warring with people that we ain't got nothing to do with. Sending billions of dollars to religious shit that we ain't got nothing to do with. And letting the immigrants come in and we want to give them green cards, voting rights, and fucking credit cards. And fucking home and fucking shelter. Like it's fucking ridiculous right now. So let's hear what Trump have to say about this, because he said he knew he was right. He said he knew he was right about the boy Sleepy Joe. Let's go. Trump, talk your shit, my nigga. I call everybody a nigga, white people too, my bad. That's real East Oakland shit, my bad. Talk your shit, fair use. Entertainment Weekly.
4 years ago, I told you what would happen if Joe Biden got into office. I said he would throw open our borders, destroy our middle class, crush American energy. We were energy independent 3 years ago. Now we're asking Venezuela, can we have some of your oil, please? He was going to empower America's enemies, unleash misery throughout your state and throughout our country, bedlam and chaos at home and abroad. The only thing I didn't know is I didn't know how bad it would be. It's even worse. Everyone said I was exaggerating, but sadly, as the now famous saying goes, Trump was right about everything. I was right about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the worst and most incompetent and most corrupt president in the history of our country. And today I issue another warning. If Crooked Joe gets 4 more years, his second term will make his first term look like paradise. We're not going to have a country left anymore. We're not going to let it happen. Obama was brutal. Biden happened to be along for the ride. I think maybe that's still happening, isn't it, huh? You know, whenever I say, you're President Barack Hussein Obama, they say, oh, he doesn't know who the president is. No. It's bad to be sarcastic with this group. When I do an imitation of him not being able to find the stairs, see how many stairs? We got about 5 of them. I do an imitation, I go home, my wife said, darling, our great first lady, by the way, we have a great first lady. But I do an imitation.
Hold on, man. Let's talk your shit, Trump. Besides Obama, Trump got the baddest first lady in the game, my nigga. Michelle and then Ivanka. Nigga, they are the 2 baddest first ladies ever in fucking life. Talk your shit, Trump. Talk your shit, my nigga. Ivanka, she bad than a motherfucker. Talk your shit. Niggas be having old ass bitches that look like motherfucking the bitch on like the cream. Bitch that look like Laverne and Shirley, the Golden Girls. They got the bitch that look like the Golden Girls, like all that. Not Laverne and Shirley, but the Golden Girls, definitely. You know, the drink kicking in from the Wonder Twins. My bad. Laverne and Shirley looking as fucking first ladies. Obama and motherfucking Trump, the baddest motherfucking first ladies in the game, Jermaine. Let's go. Fair use.
And I go home. She says, darling, you couldn't find the stairway out? No, it was an imitation.
Nigga said Nancy Kennedy. He cheated on her with a old girl, man. You know, the baddest in the game, man. What's her name, man? What's the blonde hair, man? What's her name with the blonde hair, man? He cheated on her with the blonde hair. He cheated on what was her name? Marilyn Monroe. Facts. He cheated on her with Marilyn Monroe, my nigga. Not only him, his brothers did too. They was running allegedly. I ain't gonna say no stupid shit. Allegedly, man. Let's go. But yeah, Marilyn Monroe. This nigga, we ain't hear about Trump. Oh, duh, allegedly. All these niggas cheating on their wives, man. It is what it is, man. But definitely, man, John F. Kennedy had a bad wife too, man. Let's not leave out John F. Kennedy wife, man. Nancy Kennedy. Let's go. Good shit, chat. Good shit, Sid Committee. Good shit, nation. Y'all crazy.
The fake news makes it sound like I couldn't find my way off the stage. When I mention certain names, they are the worst. They are the worst, but hopefully someday they'll learn. You know, to make our country great, we have to have a fair and free press. It's very important. But we have a sick and corrupt 2-tiered system of justice in our country. Do I know better than anybody? As an example, it was just announced that Joe Biden, his Department of Injustice, will bring 0 charges against Crooked Joe, despite the fact that he willfully retained and disclosed troves of ultra-classified national security documents. Now, that's not what I've been hearing, and he's not under the Presidential Records Act, which is a big thing. I am. It's a protective act. They're trying desperately to spin the Biden document disaster into but wasn't Trump worse? No, Trump was peanuts by comparison. That was 50 years, and he did a lot of it when he was at a very young age. He was mentally a little better than he is right now. But no, in actuality, I am covered by the very important Presidential Records Act, and therefore I did absolutely nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Fuck your shit, Trump.
But Biden wasn't president. Only the president is covered. It's a big deal. And he wasn't covered. Also, Biden took documents over this long-term period as a senator and as a vice president. Well, that you're not allowed to do. Much of this period, he was at a very strong state, and he was fine. He was probably, in terms of the intelligence of senators, he was probably out of 100, he was probably in the 95 category. I'd say he was 95th on the list. He was never setting any records. He made recovery almost impossible. Recovery of documents. He made it almost impossible for the federal government to get them. In fact, he gave classified material to the writer of his book in total violation of just about everything. I cooperated with the very unfriendly and hostile feds. I cooperated far more than Biden did, who sent records to Chinatown and shipped them all over the place. He shipped them to Chinatown and all over the place.
Now, this is all allegedly. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people tapping out because Trump talking this shit. I just play a little sprinkle of it. We ain't gonna go through the whole shit, you know what I mean? But Trump talking this shit, you know what I mean? He basically saying that the shit that him and his colleagues got, the case for, holding government documents or whatever, he's protected by the Presidential Act, whatever he said it was. I don't know the name of it. I'm a nigga that smoke weed and hip hop. So whatever act he said he's protected, but he said Biden was doing this shit, had the government of documents when he was, vice president and he was a governor. So he was doing this shit and they never charged him. They're not charging him right now. So that's basically what he's saying. But I want him to talk a little bit more shit. I know a lot of people is like tapping out. It's late night. But we need a motherfucking president, man, that's for America, man. Not for illegals, fighting their way into the country illegally. And we looking out for them. We got the most homeless shit. Like, nobody got no homeless shit like America. Nobody homeless like America, my nigga. We got the biggest homeless crisis. We do this shit for Africa. Like, man, like, support kids in Africa, man. $1 a day, man. We need that for the homeless in America. Now, why do America gotta always help everybody else? We gotta help Africa. We gotta help this one, help that one, right? Boom. When America need help, we got people that starving like Africa. Like when niggas had them $1 a day, a penny a day, whatever, 25 cents a day, all them commercials. We need them motherfucking commercials for the homeless in America. They need to be showing all these encampments and shit, all these people off ice and fucking doped out off amphetamines and shit and opioids and shit, showing people walking around like zombies and said America needs help. $1 a day will save these encampments. $1 a day will put the homeless in a home. $1 a day will feed these people. That's what we need. Where's that at for America, my nigga? Let's be real, my nigga. Let's be real. We're looking out for foreigners more than America, but tax dollars, the shit we get taxed for every motherfucking February and March, the shit we get taxed for to April, the shit we get taxed for is going to people that's not even from our country, my nigga. We paying for everything else. We paying for the war over here with the people, you know what I mean, the Incredibles. We paying for the war in Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine got 100-something billion, my nigga. And all these people coming in the motherfucking border, we paying for them too. And our tax dollars. Let's be real out here. Like, we can have fun, we could joke around shit, but is your tax dollars going where they supposed to go? Oakland looked like a fucking war zone. Frisco looked like a fucking war zone. Certain parts of Michigan still getting fucking brown water. They water ain't right. Certain parts of New York, because of the migrants, look like a fucking war zone. Look like some shit off a movie. Manhattan ain't even Manhattan no more. It's encampments and shit all over through Manhattan. Venice Beach in LA ain't Venice Beach no more. It's encampments, motherfucking tent cities all across this motherfucker. And we're worried about niggas coming through the border, paying our tax dollars for that. Come on, my nigga. Yeah, bro said, Richie Rich said they throwing California down the drain. Richie Rich is right, but then, no, they throwing America down the drain. You see what they doing in Texas? They're trying to make laws and shit for them to let them illegals through. Texas standing up like, nah, they ain't coming through this motherfucker, and whoever get through this bitch, we sending fucking vans, I mean, not vans, but fucking tour buses of them to New York and to the sovereign states that want to accept them. Okay, y'all want to send them through this bitch? Y'all want to be cool? Okay, you send them to the Democrat states. That's vouching for this shit. All the Democrat states, they sending the migrants to the Democrat states, you know? And Texas standing on business. It's damn near about to be a civil war out there, allegedly. You know, let's talk our shit. Let's get real with this shit. You know, niggas be blinded. Niggas be confused and niggas be motherfucking sidetracked from what's really going on in life. You feel me? Let's see what Tucker Carlson got to say about this Vladimir Putin interview. You know, that interview made him like an enemy of the state and all type of shit, man. But let's hear what Tucker Carlson got to say, because he's talking some real shit that all Americans need to listen to. Let's be real. And all niggas that's doing content. All content creators, all press. Listen to what he's saying. Tucker Carlson, talk your shit and tell us why you did that interview with Vladimir Putin. Americans want to know. Fair use. Let's go. And this is a Storm Enemy 4. Fair use. Let's go.
I'll start in reverse order. Why now? Well, I've been trying for 3 years to do this interview. The U.S. government prevented me from doing it by spying on my text messages and leaking them to the New York Times. And that spooked the Russian government into canceling the interview. So I've been trying to do this, but my country's intel services were working against me illegally, and that enraged me because I'm an American citizen. I'm 54, I pay my taxes, I obey the law. And there was no expectation in the America that I grew up in that my government and its intel services, NSA and CIA, which were always outwardly focused on our foreign enemies, would be turned inward against American citizens. And I'm shocked by that, and I'm infuriated by that. And so once I discovered that that was happening, and I confirmed it was happening, and they admitted that they did it, then I was totally determined, monomaniacally dedicated to doing this interview, not simply because I want to know what Vladimir Putin is like and what he thinks about a war that is resetting the world and really gravely damaging my country's economy, but also because they told me I couldn't on the basis of illegitimate means and for no really clearly stated justification. And I thought that can't stand. I want to live in a free country. I was born in one. And I'm going to do whatever small thing I can do to maintain, the society that I love.
You are known to be pro-Republican Party, right wing of Republican Party. This is what they claim. They said first you've been a Democrat,
That's not
and
true.
became a Republican. Okay. Or you are known to be pro-Trump, anti-Biden. What is truthful in this? And you went to Putin because you are pro-Trump and anti-Biden?
I mean, my views are not very interesting. I'm not sure how I'd characterize them. They're changing as quickly as the world itself is changing. And as a matter of principle, I think that, that your views should change when the evidence changes, and assumptions that you had in the past are proven wrong. That has happened to me virtually every month of my life. If you pay close enough attention, you can rate your own performance, just as if you're betting on sports. I lost that one. And when you do, when it turns out that the things you thought were true were lies, you should admit it. So what are my views? I'm not certain. Tell the truth is my main view, and I plan to do that to the best of my ability. So Trump played no role in this whatsoever. There's obviously an election in my country coming to fruition in November. I have no idea what's going to happen. I think that the current administration is very obviously incompetent, and the president is senile. That's not an attack. Everyone knows it. It has now been confirmed, I would say, this week in the report that you're all familiar with. But and that's very sad. But it had sort of nothing.
Fair use. He talking this shit, my G. Let me get this full screen, man. He talking this shit, man. I want to hear what y'all guys say in the chat, man. It's real shit, man. It's real shit going down, man. They say he lying. Hey, man, if you got the government on you for doing a fucking interview for just giving out information, bro. Like, think of the people that was giving out real information that died. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Michael Jackson, Prince, Tupac. The people that was giving out real information died for that information, my nigga. Just giving out the truth. Just trying to make a change. People don't want to hear the truth. They want this. That's why we got these old ass laws, old ass decorations and what them shit's called, man. What this shit called? The amendments and shit and all these shits. We got these, these old ass people in the government that's about to croak, my nigga. Like Sleepy Biden, they call him that for a reason. This nigga down there passing out, man. The other nigga, man, what the nigga named McConnelly or whatever. The old nigga just froze up. He couldn't even talk, my nigga. They had to tap the nigga on the back like he was a computer or something. They had to walk the nigga off. Like, these niggas are old. We need a new, young, or younger than that. You know what I mean? Active government that's with this shit, my nigga. Like, fuck all this shit. We need somebody that just care about fucking America, my nigga. Why America got to keep on caring about everybody, but when we need some help, we only get help from China. When we need loans, we get help from China. That's it. We don't get loans from anybody, nigga. All them motherfuckers over there that got war and we funding them, they don't pay us shit. Period. All these people we let through the border, they don't pay us shit. And we paying them our tax dollars. That's bullshit. That's all I'm gonna say, my nigga. But let's continue, bro. Let's continue with the work. Let's do this God's work, man. Let's do God's work, and let's let Tucker Carlson talk his shit right quick. Why he did this Vladimir Putin interview. Fair use.
Thing to do with the interview. I wanted to interview Putin because he's the leader of a country that the U.S. government is sort of at war with, though not in a declared way.
So, your President Biden, well.
Yes, I do.
You've been working in several media organizations from PBS, CNBC, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, and you've been covering this field well, and the American politicians. And now you've been following Putin, and you did a very lengthy interview with this gentleman. And for sure, to interview them, you did your homework and you did your research. Comparing the culture, the competence between Vladimir Putin and Biden, how do you see the two men now running the world?
I mean, if this were boxing, the fight would be called by the medic. And I say that as an American, and I don't have another passport. I don't plan to ever leave my country. My family's been there hundreds of years, and I love it. I am a patriotic American. And I grieve when I see that the president is non-compos menace, and that in my country, it is considered very rude to say that. And you sort of wonder, how did you get to a place where you have an incompetent president who's driven not simply the standard of living, but life expectancy downward, and no one feels free to say that. That's not a political observation. It's a statement of fact, which is provable empirically. And the most radicalizing thing I would just say for me in the 8 days I spent in Moscow was not simply the leader of the country, who of course is impressive. It's the largest landmass in the world. And it's wildly diverse, linguistically, culturally, religiously. It's hard to run a country like that for 24 years, whether you like it or not. So an incapable person couldn't do that. He is very capable, and many of you know him and you know that. What was radicalizing, very shocking and very disturbing for me was the city of Moscow, where I'd never been, the biggest city in Europe, 13 million people. And it is so much nicer than any city in my country. I had no idea. My father spent a lot of time there in the 80s when he worked for the US government and barely had electricity. And now it is so much cleaner and safer and prettier aesthetically. It's architecture, it's food, it's service than any country, city in the United States that you have to, and this is non-ideological. How did that happen? How did that happen? And at a certain point, I don't think the average person cares as much about abstractions as about the concrete reality of his life. And if you can't use your subway, for example, as many people are afraid to in New York City because it's too dangerous, you have to sort of wonder, like, isn't that the ultimate measure of leadership? And that's true, by the way, it's radicalizing for an American to go to Moscow, I didn't know that, I've learned it this week, to Singapore, to Tokyo, to Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Because these cities, no matter how we're told they're run and on what principles they're run, are wonderful places to live that don't have rampant inflation, where you're not going to get raped.
Sir,
excuse
me.
What is that?
Excuse me. Are you anti-American model?
No, I am the most pro-American. So I'm 54. I was born in 1969. I grew up in a country that had cities like Moscow and Abu Dhabi and Dubai and Singapore and Tokyo, and we no longer have them. And what I have discovered is that's a voluntary choice. As inflation is, as you heard in that fascinating last panel, inflation is the product of choices made mostly by the central bank, not exclusively, but by policymakers. Crime, same. You don't have to have crime, actually. If you don't put, my children don't smoke marijuana at the breakfast table. Why? Because I won't allow them. It's very simple. It's a short conversation. No. And you can run your country the same way. We're not going to put up with that, so don't do it. And people understand that. Filth, graffiti, Paris, one of my favorite cities, New York, one of my favorite cities, are filthy. And part of the reason they're filthy is because people spray paint obscenities on buildings and no one cleans it up. So that encourages more people to do the same. And our policymakers, for some reason, don't notice this. London, another one of my favorite cities. You see English girls begging.
All right, he talking some shit, man. I'm going to throw the motherfucking bat line out. Because the chat, I can't read all y'all chat, all y'all motherfucking wives. I'm going to put the bat line out. He talked some shit about America. What I heard first, when he said he went to Moscow, and it looked better than any city in America. That fucked me up right there. That fucked me all the way up. That fucked me all the way up. If they should look better in America, I've been everywhere, but Asia, any part of Asia, China, Japan, Tokyo, none of that shit. I ain't never been to Dubai, none of that shit. I also ain't never been to Africa or Ukraine, none of that shit. Been to Germany. And we are shitting on Germany as far as, historic monuments. They're shitting on us because they keep their shit. But it's more like, as far as what we do and party and, you know what I mean? When I was out there, there wasn't no amusement park out there. It ain't no Great America. It ain't no Marine World. It ain't no fucking Raging Waters. Like, I ain't see none of that shit out there. It's a lot of castles and historic buildings and shit. And grown-up shit, like go to the bar, go to the club, that type of shit. As far as kids, I didn't see no real activity out there for kids, you know what I mean? Or teenagers, It ain't really for grown-ups, shit. Unless you go to Amsterdam or some shit like that. Paris, look at the Eiffel Tower or something. That's sightseeing shit, But other than that, wasn't really lit like that to me. Get me back to America, you know. But for him to go to Russia and say the whole shit, I mean, he ain't been around the whole shit, but just Moscow alone look better than any country or city or state in America. Not country, but any city or state in America. It's crazy. That's wild. And it's probably by design. Why is America on a rapid downfall right now? I think they bringing these motherfucking migrants in to vote for Biden. Because the whole play is that they saying not only they letting them in, but once they get their green card or their work permit, they could vote. So they're trying to rush either a green card or a work permit with them. And this is not allegedly. This is going down under our nose. They rushing green cards and work permits so these people could vote. Now, if Biden lets you through the border, who you going to vote for? Of course you vote for Biden. It is millions of migrants, not thousands, not tens of thousands, millions that enter the United States. And they're dependent on that to vote for Biden. I'm going to let y'all know the play. It's a fucking play, period. That's why they're looking out for them. They giving them all these resources. That's why they housing them. That's why they clearing out schools and shit to house them. Like, they shut down a whole school in New York. Nah, man, y'all ain't going to school. We're going to put them in there. It's for a reason, my nigga. It ain't just because America being nice, nigga. They want them votes. And they lining up for all these motherfuckers to vote off the rip, my nigga. You got to peep the play and peep the fucking banana in the tailpipe. Sharif edition, man. Let's go. Fair use.
For drugs on the sidewalk. And I thought to myself, if I'm Boris Johnson, who briefly and very badly ran that country, I would ask myself, like, wait a second, my countrymen are begging for drugs on the street. Maybe I should do something about that. But now he'll show up and give some speech about Ukraine and how we need to send, more cluster bombs to the brave Ukrainians. What are you doing?
You mentioned Ukraine. By talking to this gentleman, President Putin, for this lengthy interview, my question is, did you had coffee with him? Did you have any off-the-record discussion before the interview?
After.
Did you feel during the interview or before or after that this man can make or is willing to do a historical compromise, number one, on the status of the world with the West, and number two, about Ukraine? Is he a compromiser, yes or no?
Of course. Right? I mean, the leaders of every country on the planet, other than maybe the United States during the unipolar period, are forced by the nature of their jobs to compromise. Compromise is part of it. That's what diplomacy is. And he's among those. His position is clearly hardening. Russia has been rebuffed by the West. I mean, Vladimir Putin, I'm not flacking for Putin. I'm an American. I'm not going to live in Russia. I don't love Vladimir Putin. I'm stating the facts. He asked Bill Clinton to join NATO. He tried to make a missile deal.
He mentioned this in the interview.
He did, that's correct. And he's mentioned it in other forums as well. And NATO said, no, we don't want you. Now, if the point of NATO, the point of NATO originally, of course, the post-war goal of NATO was to keep the Russians, the Soviets, from coming into Western Europe. It was a bulwark against the Russians. So if the Russians asked you to join the alliance, that would suggest you have solved the problem and you can move on to do something constructive with your life. But we refused. And so, I mean, just meditate on that. Go sit in the sauna for an hour and think about what that means.
Before sitting in the sauna, a question now. Final conclusion, you think that Vladimir Putin is eager for a compromise like Yalta, Sykes-Picot, the Ottoman Empire, Sèvres agreements, any international agreement to share power and to share influence in the world with the West, if there is somebody who is willing, and Biden administration wants tension, wants war, want to exert pressure on him so that they can weaken his economy and weaken his alliance with China. This is what you are reaching from your conclusions?
My conclusions are inchoate. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a couple of years. I have a whole new set of data to mull over, and I'm not a genius, so it's going to take me a while to figure out what I think. But at this stage, 4 days later, I would say, first of all, Yalta and Sykes-Picot are two of the worst agreements ever struck. So I hope whatever comes out of this is nothing like those. But first things first, Putin wants to get out of this war. He's not going to become more open to negotiation the longer this goes on. One of the things we've learned in the course of the last 2 years is that Russia's industrial capacity is a lot more profound than we thought it was. I mean, Russia's having Russia, this country we were assured was a gas station with nuclear weapons, has a pretty easy time making missiles, rockets, and artillery shells, whereas NATO doesn't. So we should think about what that means, one. Two, the West doesn't spend any time, or our policymakers in Washington spend no time thinking about, like, what are the achievable goals here? I have heard personally US government officials say, well, we're just going to have to return Crimea to Ukraine. Well, you don't need to be a Russia scholar to know that's not going to happen short of a nuclear war. That's insane, actually. So even to say something like that reveals that you are a child, you don't understand the area at all, and you have no real sense of what's possible. And so as long as our leaders, and not simply in the US, but NATO, and I really mean Germany, don't take the time to learn about what's possible, we're not going to get anywhere.
You think there is a big gap between the depths of understanding the philosophy of history between Biden and between Putin? You see Putin, who have studied history and who is very deep in history, and he looks like he gave you a lecture in for 30 minutes concerning the history of Ukraine and its relationship with the mother Russia. Does Biden understand the law of action and reaction which moves a country like Russia?
I can't overstate how incapacitated Joe Biden is. That's not an attack. That is a fact. And anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. So these are not decisions Joe Biden is making. But there are capable people around Biden, and I know them. What they lack is any perspective at all. So a conversation with a US policymaker about the history of the region would begin and end with a conversation about, of course, Chamberlain and Churchill and Hitler, period. So the American policymaker historical template is tiny. In fact, there's only one. And it's a 2-year period in the late 1930s. And everything is based on that understanding of history and human nature. And that's insane. And so actually, American policymakers have convinced themselves that Vladimir Putin is going to take over Poland. And it is not a defense of Putin. I don't mean to defend Putin. I'm not a fan of Putin's, and I'm not a subject of Putin's. I'm an American. However, there's no evidence that Putin has any interest in expanding his borders. He is the largest country in the world, and it's very hard to run. They don't need natural resources. There's nothing in Poland he wants. There's nothing he will gain by taking Poland other than more trouble. If you're saying that he's going to invade Poland, you don't know what you're talking about.
Here is a point in the interview when...
If y'all know y'all geography, you know what I mean? Y'all know that Russia, besides Africa, is the 2 biggest land maps, you know, out this bitch. You know, just, I don't know if Russia bigger than Africa. I doubt it. But it's Africa and Russia, the biggest landmarks out this bitch. Remember that. Killer, I see you in the building, my nigga. I'm not going to let you in if you're talking some bullshit. I'm on this shit, man. I'm not letting you in and talk no gangbang shit. I'm not letting you in and talk no shit about Gooch. If you want to talk about the topic and on some real shit, we could talk about it. But all that other shit, I'm not with it, period. I'm not with all that stupid shit. We ain't leave your flag at the door. We ain't doing that. As soon as you go on some bullshit, I would tap you all the way out, my nigga. Killer, let's get you in this motherfucker. Hear what you gotta say. Killer, what's up?
Am I there?
What's up?
Okay. I'm actually surprised you got on the politics. That's so dope.
I'm worried about America, my nigga.
Brother, and first of all, apologies for the last one, right? Say it again. Say it again. Now, as far as this Putin thing, Putin, I side with him. Yes, I do. And that man that's speaking right there, he ain't holding no holds barred. He's speaking the truth. I wish Biden would do the same thing. What do you think?
I think
We need a president just like that, bro.
I gave the example of how I had the commercials for Africa. There ain't no commercials around the planet about America and our homeless people. You know, I just hate that we got to just help everybody else with our tax dollars, but we going through it out here. You know, our biggest, strongest motherfucking cities in America is now dirtbag cities.
And you
San
forgot about
Francisco, hold
Portland.
on. San Francisco fucked all the way up.
You forgot about Portland.
LA fucked all the way up. New York fucked all the way up. That's the biggest cities in America. That's making the most motherfucking money. Wall Street, hold on. Wall Street, Tinseltown, and motherfucking Silicon Valley. That's making the most money.
Oh, you talking about the Bay Area? I got you. My bad. Go ahead.
That's making the most fucking money in America, nigga. Period. California, we could be our own state alone just because of Tinseltown and Silicon Valley. Our own country. We could be our own country. We don't need the rest of America. Same with the New York with the fucking Wall Street shit. That could be their own shit too.
Factoroni. You factoroni.
When you hit the 3 biggest markets in America, the biggest, richest motherfucking markets, the most expensive spots in America to live, they are trash right now. Everybody's fleeing to Texas. Everybody's fleeing to Georgia, Miami, fucking Florida, hella shit.
One thing you forgot about
Vegas, hella shit.
Silicon Valley. You said it. Silicon Valley is all that up there, and they losing it. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, bro.
They're losing it right now. Silicon Valley, all that up there, where you at? They losing it.
Yeah.
Even then, can I land? Can I go?
Talking shit.
Even 50 just dipped out to Atlanta. Hollywood ain't got no action no more because of the bums. I'm gonna say something right now. You know I'll turn it up, but this is all facts. I cannot read the comment section. I wish I could. I gotta figure out how to do this. Have you ever heard of the Downtown Gangsters?
Downtown what?
DTGs.
Nuh-uh.
These are all facts. The Killer Boy don't play. They have this new gang downtown LA.
Okay.
All bums.
No.
Yes.
No. No, man. I ain't laughing at politics, my nigga, but that sounds crazy. Wow.
The DTGs, Downtown Gangsters. So anytime you want to film downtown in LA, they have these bums that just come out and F up your shoot.
What?
They just come and fuck it up.
You lying?
I'm not lying.
My
mom rest peace, cuz 60s. Sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm buzzing.
Do you gotta pay them?
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's part of your budget.
To pay the DTG?
Yes.
Hey, so the bums getting their money, like fuck that.
Yes. Oh, you want to film downtown? They gonna come run in front of you and fuck your shoot up over and over.
Okay.
I'm dead serious. So, I'm not live enough to commentary, but we're going to get back to politics in a second. Brother, these bums,
DTG, huh? DTG, huh?
Downtown Gangsters. Yeah, and I ain't going to say more than that, but they are run by the Hoovers. And, they just going to come. It's part of your budget. If you want to film downtown LA, you have to allot a part of your budget for the DTGs.
Wowzers. You
Yeah,
heard that first on What the Fuck Weekly. God damn.
yeah. And they gonna come and run across your video shoot. Nigga, we need $10,000.
All right.
I ain't part of that. That's not me. But that's what they do. And if you want to do anything down there,
All right.
go ahead.
Tucker Carlson just said a lot. We done got real political,
Oh,
man.
Tucker, though. Can I go?
Yeah, Tucker talked a lot of shit, man. Everybody again. I think he a freedom fighter, man.
For a person that's traveled like you have, he was right. I'm
You
about
been
to
to
go
Russia?
here.
You been to Russia?
No, but I've been to Europe a lot. I got passports. Never been to Russia. Never. And
Europe don't look better than America.
It's too small. It's very small.
They got more castles than America and more structural church-like buildings and shit and structures and shit. But as far as the vibe, nigga, no.
I got actually upset when I went out there the last time.
There ain't nothing to do, nigga. You gotta just hit the club every night, nigga, and drink every night. That's it.
I got bad when I saw the museums.
Yeah, it's all hella museums, hella motherfucking like church.
And they took all our shit.
Oh, you went to a museum and they stole y'all shit?
They took all our African artifacts.
Of course, nigga. Out there is where you got the Black Madonna out there in Germany. That's where I seen the Black Mary and the Black Jesus. They got statues of that all through Europe.
That
we taught that the Mary is white and Jesus is white. But Germany, the white people got a Black Jesus and a Black Mary.
Germany got some good food.
Am I lying?
No, you're not. And they got some good food. I don't mind Germany, but when I went to Europe, actual Europe, not just the whole. Oh, that museum pissed me off. When they had all the black artifacts, all of our gold. Yeah, I'll show you my passports. Hold on. Let me show you something. This is me. This is the Blue Louis. You know the homie want to do his thing. I'm gonna show you one more thing. Can I show you something, Yucky?
Let's talk about this politics.
Hold on. I am changing I can't flip it. I'm painting my house.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's all covered up in the roof.
Oh shit. Paint a belly.
Yeah,
Turn it up, nigga.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With a black wall.
Turn it up. Hey, don't get vampired out on this nigga.
I'm just letting you know. And just letting you know, I appreciate you letting me on your panel again.
Good shit, man. Have a good one, my nigga. We don't get Brock in this
understand how close we are. People understand.
Off top, killer. Thanks for tapping in. My mom. Brock, what up with it, nigga?
Cooler, just chilling. I wanted to speak on my comments of like the United States history itself. I think the way presidents were related, like the Kennedys, the Bushes, and there's so many other times where, like in candidacy, with Congress, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like when you become a judge and be able to create laws, how you are that for your entire life, and there's nothing you can really do wrong. Like for instances, like some of us go to jail for misdemeanors and shit. We don't know how to get them expunged, or it's people out here that know the law. So I encourage education, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I wanted to really say about the presidents. I really don't know too much about Putin or nothing like that, but I wanted to speak just on facts, you know what I'm saying?
Good shit, man. Thanks for tapping in, man. That's some good shit
Appreciate
for people to
you
tap
allowing.
in. For sure. Brock in the building. Yada that. on some real shit, man, America's on a high, rapid downfall. You know, and you got these people like Mark Zuckerberg, you know, building underground bunkers. He know what's coming, bro. It's gonna be a what this shit called civil war. It's gonna be a revolt. You know, everybody's waking up. Everybody's not falling for the banana and tailpipe. This is allegedly, but I think they're preparing for it. Everybody's preparing for some type of, you know, revolt within America. You know, that's what they're planning for. So that's why these underground bunkers are being made. America got the biggest nuclear power in the fucking world. Try it if you want to, nigga. We got shit right on your shore. Right on, like America got fucking army and navy bases all around the fucking world, right there on the shore and on their land. Our missile don't got to come from here. That shit is right where you at. So they don't want to try that with us. We'll drop a nuke on you from right where you at, nigga. Boom, from the sea, nigga. So they don't want to do that. We too in position, you know. So I doubt if it ever would come from an outside threat. It's gonna come from inside. Just like the shit that happened at the Capitol, you know, January 6th. It's gonna be some shit like that to where people allegedly, this is to where people start pulling up to their homes, you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, showing up and showing out. So they preparing for that. They making underground bunkers and shit. And you know, it is what it is. And that's just from fucking over your people. You know, if you didn't fuck over your people, you wouldn't have to make an underground bunker. You wouldn't have to do all this shit you doing. You know, just keep it a buck. And I just don't understand, like, why be the mightiest nation and just try to destroy the mightiest nation from within? That's the worst shit, and that's the most, like, when the shit happened in Hawaii, right? Maui. They gave these people, I think, 700 to a, I think I want to say $700 each. These people lost homes, beach property. You know how much money that costs? They lost beach shit right on the water. They didn't lose no fucking, probably lost some apartments too. They gave them $700, my nigga, allegedly, like some type of low ass, some 1,000 or some lower than that. And you got beach property, my nigga, that costs hella money. And it's wiped out. And they telling you that if you can't prove that this your property, which all your shit got burnt up on your property, if you ain't got the deed to prove this your property, it ain't yours. They telling you shit like that. At the same time, letting all these foreigners in and giving them niggas, you know, credit cards. What I think they talking about 50 million. They're about to give them 50 million on their credit cards. 50 million. What did they give Hawaii? $700 each. I don't know how many people it was, but I know that shit didn't add up to 50 million. This shit is ridiculous, man. America need to be for fucking America, bro. Period. 150 billion to fucking Ukraine. Are you what? We sent 150 billion to Ukraine? Like, what are we doing? It's all taxpayer money. We in the hole too. We borrowing all this money at the same time. We ain't got money like that. Our deficit is going up every time we send Ukraine and everybody that's in war, all the other people that's war. I ain't gonna say their names because the nigga won't get hired saying their name. You try to go do a business deal. Hey man, what was about the podcast about the small hats? I ain't say shit. hey. You know what I'm saying? They'll fuck you over about just pure conversation about what's really going on. You can't even say what you want to say. There ain't no free speech. There ain't no First Amendment out here. You got to watch your mouth like a motherfucker, man. So it is what it is, man. 300 billion? Oh, my Lord. 300 billion and they didn't win the war. Come on, my nigga. Who's paying for that tab? Do they owe us? Are they paying 300 billion back? Like, how do we get this back from Ukraine? It's interesting how we send all this money and we don't see a single receipt when we are gonna audit the Fed unit and when we can't really make any changes. Check this out. It's funny how you said that, but it's funny how when we don't pay our taxes, they could audit us and they could send us to jail. But they spend all this money without no record. They could be just backdooring, you know what I mean, or kickbacking. We call it the kickback. When a motherfucker say they spending this much on something, but really taking half of that or a third of that and putting it in their fucking pocket. That's called a kickback. I doubt if 300 just went straight to Ukraine or, you know, BlackRock. Somebody was doing a lot of stuffing and tucking. Period. You know, that's all I'm going to say. Allegedly. I think a lot of people were stuffing and tucking. A lot of kickbacks. It's no motherfucking way. You sent 300 billion and they didn't win the fucking war. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's a lot of motherfucking kickback going on, man. BlackRock, the fucking the government, whatever part you want to put, whoever the Biden family, whoever the administration, whoever it goes to, the big boys, whoever it go to, it did not go to fucking Ukraine. I say about 4 or 5 billion. 300, man. Let's say 20 billion. Let's give them a soft 20. But 300, my nigga, shit. Why does Biden become a billionaire as soon as this nigga leave? All the Biden family gonna be billionaires after this first term, my nigga. Watch this. Watch Biden network when he leave this motherfucker. I tell you that. It's no fucking way. It's allegedly. This is just my thoughts. This is just my thoughts. Yeah, we're in $1 trillion deficit, big time $1 trillion deficit, and they still giving all these overseas countries tens of billions of dollars that we can't afford. We already in a deficit. How the fuck can we keep affording to give billions of dollars to these countries that don't give shit to us? We give billions of dollars to the people over there, the Incredibles, every fucking year. You know what we get from the Incredibles? Nothing. Fuck out of here, bro. America is the slaves of the world. You know, the American middle class is the slaves of the fucking world. The America underclass is the slaves of the world. We the ones that's paying the bills for everybody in this motherfucker, man. And once you realize that, you realize that we in a fucked up system and that we need somebody that's gonna look out for us. When that boy Trump was in office, niggas was getting paid. He was looking out for the rich. He was looking out for the poor. Hey, that nigga was Robin Hood. He did his one too. Even though his supporters are very racist, you know, he probably said some little stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't gonna agree with everything everybody do. But far as leadership, I'd rather have a billionaire in that motherfucker that's ready to drop a nuke bomb on anybody that talks shit. He had Russia in check. He had Korea in check. He had China in check. Soon as he left, all them niggas made a whole new group called the BRICS, and nigga, everybody teaming up against America right now since that old sleepy nigga got in office. So we need a nigga that got good relationships with them on top of a nigga that stand on business. That's all I'm saying, man. And the Sleepy Joe ain't standing on business, my nigga. Sorry. Period. I voted for Joe. I voted for that dude. Just because of the racial shit that was coming from the Trump people, his supporters, not really looking at the individual. You know, everybody ain't perfect, you know, but any imperfect thing, they put that shit on blast about Trump. But the imperfect shit about dude, they don't put that on blast. It's not in the tabloids. It's not every day on the news. Anything Trump did, it was put in the tabloids. You know what I mean? Period. Anything the nigga jaywalk, Trump jaywalk today. Woo, 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 woo. Anything this dude do, you know, his fucking son got, I ain't gonna say his son. Cocaine was found in the fucking White House for the first time ever in fucking life. Who has a son that's abusing drugs? That's the president of the White House. I'll wait. It don't take a motherfucking rocket scientist to know how that thing got up in there. Allegedly. This is all alleged. But all of a sudden, you find the cocaine in the fucking White House. Like, come on, man. There's so much wild shit happening, my nigga. I'm voting for Trump, my nigga. We need America back, man. Period. Let's make America great again. Let's get back to Tucker Carlson talking this shit.
You asked him, are you ready to invade Poland?
Are you an expansionist power?
Expansion, yes, in Poland. He said, only if Poland launched a war,
of course,
on Russia, okay? Ukraine did not launch a war on Russia, and he invaded Ukraine. Why you didn't follow up on this question?
I started with that question, actually. But he treated me to 35 minutes of Catherine the Great,
okay,
and the Rus. But no, the core question is, why did he move his forces into Eastern Ukraine? And I watched this from a distant vantage in the United States, and I watched the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, go to the Munich Security Conference just days before that, in February of 2022, and say in a public forum, at a press conference to Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, we want you to join NATO, which is another way of saying, it's a synonym for, we plan to put nuclear weapons on Russia's
border. You think they threw a bait for him?
Are you joking? Of course they did. And everyone, and it just tells you how constipated and restricted and censored the US media landscape is, that I was the only one who said that. Well, wait a second. The purpose of diplomacy is to reach a peaceful, mutually one hopes beneficial conclusion to a crisis. So if you're showing up voluntarily at the Munich Security Conference and saying, hey, Zelensky, why don't you allow us to put nuclear weapons on Russia's border? You're cruising for a war because you know that's the red line. Because Putin has said that.
What did I say? They can't raid America because America got fucking nuclear bombs on their border. Period. I said, America don't have to launch a motherfucking missile from America. We got bases right there on your fucking border and on your sea that can launch some shit right there. We don't have to go there. We right there already, my nigga. Besides, Afghanistan, where we fled and left all our equipment and shit, thanks to Biden. But besides Afghanistan, we everywhere else, Pooh Bear. We don't have to launch a missile from or a bomb from America at all. Our forces is lined up on the border of they shit. And this is what Putin was, debating and, going against. Like, hold on, nigga.
And any close observer of the area already knows that.
Now, do you have an explanation, a reasonable explanation, why there is this anti-war and this very negative remarks about this interview from a lot of your colleagues and a lot of politicians in the world?
One of the ways that I think I'm different is I don't like the internet, and I haven't seen any of the reaction, and I would imagine, I'm not the most popular person among my colleagues in the United States. I wouldn't have dinner with them anyway, so it's no great loss. But, I can't imagine what their motives would be. I didn't go to Russia, of course, to promote Vladimir Putin. And if that was my purpose, I'd say so, because I'm not embarrassed. I went because I felt that most Americans, in whose name all of this is being done, don't really know what's happening, and they know nothing about the guy they're supposedly at war with, unofficially. And I just felt that my job, if I have a job in this world, is to bring information to people so they can decide. And so I wanted to do the longest interview I could with Vladimir Putin that contained the most amount of Vladimir Putin talking, not me grandstanding about what a great person I am. When an American journalist interviews someone like Vladimir Putin, the whole point of the interview is to say, I'm a good person and you're not. And that interview was aimed at his colleagues in the newsrooms in the United States. I'm a good person. Why are you such a bad person? You're committing genocide. Okay. That's not fruitful, and that's certainly not my role. I care what God thinks of me, what my wife thinks of me, and what my 4 children think of me, and that's all I care about. So I don't need to prove that I'm a good person. I want to hear Vladimir Putin talk so people in my country can assess what's happening. That's it.
I'll use the devil's advocate.
But advocate away.
Yes. Okay, I'll tell you.
Talk your shit, Tucker.
You should challenge in the rules of an interview, and you're a master in your business. It's not for me to give you a lecture about that, but you should challenge.
I'm gonna say this. I'm a new fan of Tucker Carlson. Sign me up, my nigga. I got your back, man. I'm a new fan, man. But what he done said, nigga, what y'all post on y'all shit, it don't matter to me, my nigga. What matters to me is my wife, my children. That's it. What they think about me. I don't give a fuck about the internet. Basically, in so many, he didn't say the cuss words, but I don't give a fuck about what y'all say about me on the internet. As long as I come home and they accept me and I'm good with my family, I don't give a fuck what you say. I don't even pay attention. I don't even look at the shit. So I don't know what you're saying. But long as my family love me and accept me, I'm good money, nigga. Talk y'all shit. Who cares? That's what I got from that land. But yeah, fair use and this Vladimir Putin interview got the internet's going nuts. And I think it was needed, man, because we need to hear the other side of the coin. And sometimes they try to suppress the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? So you don't hear, you know, I don't know what could be their truth. I don't know if it's the truth, but what could be their side of the coin, you know, or their story. Better yet, not their truth. We don't know if it's the truth or not. So this all alleged. But let's talk some shit. Tucker Carlson and whoever this guy right here, this fat guy. Let's go.
And some ideas. For instance, you didn't talk about freedom of speech in Russia. You did not talk about Navalny, about assassinations, about the restrictions on opposition in the coming elections.
I didn't talk about the things that every other American media outlet talks about.
Why?
Exclusively,
Yes, this
because
is my
those are
question.
covered, and because I have spent my life talking to people who run countries in various countries and have concluded the following: that every leader kills people, including my leader. Every leader kills people. Some kill more than others. Leadership requires killing people. Sorry, that's why I wouldn't want to be a leader. That press restriction is universal in the United States. I know because I've lived it. Ask my former. I've had a lot of jobs. And I've done this for 34 years, and I know how it works. And there's more censorship in Russia than there is in the United States, but there's a great deal in the United States. And so, at a certain point, it's like people can decide.
Now, that's what I don't agree with, my nigga. He said and leadership is killing. But allegedly, Russia has killed, press people because of their press. Their bad press against Russia. Their bad press against Vladimir Putin. Either has been allegedly assassinated or locked up for life, for just press. So the type of press that Tucker Carlson do, if he was to do that against Vladimir Putin, he would be arrested for the rest of his life, period, if he was out there doing what he's doing in America. So that's like the pot calling the kettle black, because he's at the same time wanting freedom of speech in America, but Russia allegedly has, punished people who has freedom of speech that went against, the Putin administration. That's what was heard around the press. That's what this dude, the fat guy, was talking about. I don't agree with this, Tucker. But other than that, you was hitting a home run, my G. But that's where you dropped the ball. Let's go.
Whether they think, what countries they think are better, what systems they think are better. I just want to know what he thinks. That was the whole point.
Yes, I was very surprised about an inappropriate remark. I don't think it contains any of the what you can call jauntiness or niceties from Mrs. Clinton when she mentioned a phrase about you. I don't want to repeat it.
Oh, you're not going to hurt my feelings, don't worry.
Well, gentlemen, she called this gentleman, this honorable gentleman, that he is playing the role of a, you say it.
I didn't see it.
You didn't
She's
see
a child, I don't listen to her.
No.
How's Libya doing?
No. Okay. She said, the useful idiot. And if you see the interview, that has nothing to do with this at all. He was trying to get a testimony about the world as Putin sees it. And this is exactly what we need to know, how this man thinks. Either you consider him an enemy, or you consider him a friend, or you consider him a dictator, but you should understand how the man thinks. Now,
you put it better than I could. You just described my motive right there.
Okay, sir. Now the question is, if this is that is that, as they say in the United States, and this is the power of media, and the way the media is becoming very biased in a deep state like America, where are we going in the model of democracy in the world?
Media information in a free country is a counterbalance against entrenched power, not just government power, but the economic power, business. It was in my country, constitutionally, it is designed to serve as a counterbalance to that. So if sources of information, media outlets align with entrenched power, then you have a powerless population, and it's totalitarian. And that is very quickly the direction the United States is headed. And I do think that technology abets this progression, and machine learning especially. And so it's a perilous moment if we're a democracy, purportedly, and a prerequisite for democracy is information so that the electorate can make up its mind and decide who to choose. And so if you don't have access to information, you don't have democracy. And we're in this sort of weird spiral where our leaders lecture us ever more about democracy and how sacred it is, even as they choke it to death. And so I think the people who provide information, who bring the facts to the public, have a critical role to play. And right now it's difficult. I'm not facing any great, I don't mean to cast myself as a hero. I'm certainly not a hero.
Want to start a business? I can show you how easy it is to form one in
They got monetized.
few steps. First up, starting your LLC. In just a few clicks.
At all. But I do think it's tougher and tougher to do that.
Sir.
And that means we have a greater obligation to do it.
Sir, do you have an explanation till this moment?
Let me tell y'all something about Tucker. He comes from a very rich ass family. You notice the people that got a lot of money don't give a fuck. Cancel me, I got money, my nigga. I go to Rumble. Do my 1-2. I fly and I go to Vladimir Putin. I got my own money. My family rich as fuck. I'm rich as fuck. Without media, I do this shit because I love to do it. This nigga family rich as fuck. He ain't got to do this. Tucker Carlson, go. Somebody do it. Let me do the Goose the Great. Let me see this. Let me see. Okay. Let me do this. What's my Tucker Carlson Network.
According to CA Club India, Tucker Carlson net worth is $370 million. Tucker Carlson was earning a $45 million salary annually from Fox News. Tucker Carlson received $190 million in inheritance money from his parents. Tucker Carlson is the richest television host on the planet, with over $50 million annual income.
I told you. So he inherited $150 million from the start, from his parents, my nigga. Very rich man. So he talking this shit like Trump. He don't give a fuck. You hear me? So that's why he let his nuts hang. No Frank Ocean, my nigga. So that's why he talking this shit. This is a very rich man with a very rich family. Just like Trump. They don't give a fuck. They're going to speak against how they speak. And you can't stop my money. I'm rich already. So fuck y'all. Talk your shit, Tucker. Let's go.
Since the Gaza events took place, till now, nobody came out and said how on earth the United States of America is vetoing the stoppage of fire, how a country would veto not to continue war, how somebody is against stopping a war.
The United States is, for this moment, is the most powerful country in the history of the world. So if you were to frame this in terms we're all familiar with, which are the most basic terms, the terms of the family, the United States would be dad, would be the father. And the father's sacred obligation is to protect his family and to restore peace within his walls. So if I come home, I have 4 children, if I come home from work and 2 of my kids are fighting, what's the first thing I do? Even before I assess why they're fighting, before I gather the facts and know what's happening,
I stop the fight.
I stop fighting.
Yes.
So if I come home and I have 2 kids fighting and I say, go, beat the crap out of them, I am evil. Because I've violated the most basic duty of fatherhood, which is to bring peace, because I have the power. I'm the only one who can bring peace. And so if you see a nation with awesome power abetting war for its own sake, you have a leadership that has no moral authority, that is illegitimate. And I mean that too. And I'm not even referring to any specific region or conflict. I mean generally. And I'm deeply offended by that, deeply. And it's something that I try to express, and I'm often called a traitor for saying that. It's the opposite. I say that because I believe in the United States. I think it has been a morally superior country. And if we allow our leaders to use our power to spread destruction for its own sake, that is shameful. It's a binary, okay? It's a black and white. It's a 0 and a 1. You are either creating or you're destroying. You're improving or you're degrading. And that's how you know whether something is good or bad, whether it's virtuous or evil. If you just judge the fruits. By its fruits you will know it. And I'm very distressed and concerned that we are entering an era where this awesome force for good is instead being used for evil.
2 quick questions because I ran out of time.
Hey,
First,
man, hey, that he said a mouthful right there, bro. That last shit he said, man, that the shit being used for evil. Hey, man, listen here, man. Yeah, the dad and breaking up the fight, and oh man, that was a great analogy, man. That was a great analogy, man. I don't want to be on no politics shit, but I'm worried about America. The crime shit is at an all-time high, and not because America is broke. America always go through being broke. It's the laws. The laws is being passed. It's a free for all. It's like a fucking purge that they let purposely go on. The biggest cities are being evacuated. You know what I mean? People are in danger. In the biggest cities in America. You know what I mean? And it's crumbling. And I think it's purpose by purpose. I think they want to move everybody out of California. The people that can't, because at the same time the rent is higher than the motherfucker in all these places I named. Rent is higher than the motherfucker in New York. Rent is higher than the motherfucker in LA and Frisco, the Bay Area, the whole shit. Rent is high. So they moving out the poor, my nigga. They purposely trying to get out the poor, the middle class, you know what I mean? And trying to take that shit over for the rich. Give it 10 years. Frisco gonna be all rich niggas. The Bay gonna be all rich niggas, period. LA gonna be all rich niggas, period. If you can't afford to be here, you can't be here. New York gonna be all rich niggas. If you can't afford to be here, you can't be here. And everybody else gonna live everywhere else. I'm telling you, all the billionaires and all the people gonna be living in motherfucking up there in the Bay, LA, and motherfucking New York. I'm telling you, parts of LA, because LA's so big that niggas would live everywhere around this motherfucker. But the big dogs and the big shit in LA, all the little weak links is gonna have to move out because shit is going up and the crime is making niggas move out. Period. Speaking of crime making niggas move out, we think LeBron probably move out, my nigga. But let my nigga Killer get in one more time, and let my Mike might get in one more time on some political shit. Let's see what they gotta say. What's happening?
All right.
Killer, what's up? Yeah. What you gotta say about this Tucker Carlson shit? In that.
I agree with Tucker. Now look, you know why I'm mumbling? Because I got a razor blade by the damn mouth. And we will $150 your ass. Now watch this. It goes back.
Okay, what that got to do with Tucker Carlson?
I agree with Tucker. Our political people are too soft. And black people can you please change up? We don't have to be stuck on being Democrats. Just vote for who you want to vote for. That's all I gotta say, Big Homie.
Got it. Hey, Mike, tap in.
Yeah, I agree with what the last caller just said. I'm gonna just stick to the topic though. I feel like Tucker Carlson, he not wrong from where he coming from. I think he just, like one of them white men who really want to make a change, like how John F. Kennedy was. See, what people don't understand, a lot of black people think all white people like just so. I mean, I agree, all white people do benefit from racism, but some white people like actually throughout history has tried to, battle the Federal Reserve System. Like, you ever heard of a president named John F. Kennedy?
Yeah, man, listen, stop it.
Yeah, I'm finna explain to you the whole shit because people don't really understand why Kennedy had to die and why the government killed him. The reason the government killed Kennedy because he had backed the money with silver. Basically, the way the Federal Reserve worked, the Federal Reserve print unlimited money to sponsor their wars, right? So what Kennedy did, he backed the money on silver, so every dollar they had printed had to be accounted by some silver. So once he did that, I forgot the executive order he signed, but when he backed money on silver, I think like 3 days later or 4 days later, that's when he had got killed, and they had repealed it with Nixon. You remember when Nixon had banned the gold? Nixon made
Right.
gold illegal, so everybody had to turn their gold in to get the cash. See, that's what people don't understand when they talk about America. How the hell America in debt? The reason we in debt because the Federal Reserve System. The Federal Reserve is not a federal bank. It's basically owned by the Rothschilds, and that's the people who fund every how we be wondering how the hell they got 80 billion for Ukraine, how the hell they got 100 billion for, how the hell they got 120 billion for Ukraine. That's basically is coming from the Federal Reserve. But the trick is, I just found out today because I was watching the Senate hearings for the Ukraine bill they finna pass. The dude was basically saying the Federal Reserve is borrowing the money from China, so basically the country is broke. You know what I mean, bro? That's the craziest. Like,
Yo,
imagine if really every American knew that the country was broke. We probably have like a fucking revolution. Like, where the money going? That like,
we
how
are
the hell
in
we?
a $1 trillion deficit because we're borrowing so much money to pay for everybody else
35 trillion.
besides ours. We paying for
Mm-hmm.
everybody else shit besides ours. But who else is in a $30 trillion deficit paying for America?
Nobody.
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 Not one
We got
motherfucker.
the most debt in the world. But it's kind of crazy because I kind of be thinking, how can debt be real if y'all got money for everybody?
No. The only person that's paying for us
Migrants,
is China.
Ukraine, Israel get money. Everybody get money.
I can't forget China's paying for us. The niggas that we owe the money to.
Yeah,
China's
China basically loaning us money to get of Ukraine. The money we get in Ukraine, not our money. We basically get money from China, then send our other money we getting loan. We send the money we get. It's crazy though. Why would we be borrowing money just to loan somebody else money? It don't even make sense. I think it's
man.
like money laundering going on or some shit. It don't
That's
make
why
sense.
they let that balloon float way from China to over to America. Like you should have seen that shit in the Pacific Ocean, my nigga, or the ocean. You let that shit come on land, nigga, cause y'all in debt, nigga. Y'all gotta let that shit float. Somebody popped
Mm-hmm.
it down that was out of pocket. Like somebody seen it, like some military nigga, like, oh, let's get rid of that shit. But that wasn't the plan. the other niggas like, we gonna let this shit fly and drip. Whatever was in that balloon, whatever fungi,
Mm-hmm.
whatever was spying unit, man.
That
Listen,
satellite from China has sent the spy balloon.
man, they don't gotta send no fucking balloon to spy. They got Asian people living here, my nigga. Like, stop it.
Yeah, I don't believe that story. They
People
talking about they
working
shot it
all this.
down.
We got Asian people working all through this motherfucker in the government and the
Yeah,
tech.
China don't need no fucking balloon. China can just fly over here with a plane or a satellite. Like,
Man, they don't
why the hell
even
they
need
got
a
to make a
plane.
balloon?
They got people here, nigga.
China got 50 satellites. Like, everybody got satellites.
And niggas talking about Elon Musk. Them niggas got a fucking army, nigga, a fucking robot army. You see that footage? Nigga, they got
Yeah,
that.
they're talking about the Tesla bots.
Yeah, they got the man. Fuck them Tesla bots. I'm talking about nigga the shit that China got. They got the shit that look like motherfucking Pacific Rim. They got the big ass robots. Like fuck the little Tesla with the nigga Optimus, that skinny ass nigga. They got some shit that look like the Incredible Hulk, but it armored, nigga. Like,
Yeah, but I don't really understand our government because if we $35 trillion in debt, why y'all finna send 60 more billion to Ukraine and give migrants $50 million in New York in just one city? Like, why? Why do you think that? You think they just doing this to fuck with black people to make us riled up and mad? It's actually something they really like trying to do on purpose to
No,
make
nigga.
us upset, like Mexicans better than us or some shit.
No, the whole shit is his chest, man. Like I said, man.
I don't get this shit, bro.
America is not in threat from nobody far as war because we got all our war shit sat right on their plantation. Like we right there on their land, nigga.
Yeah, we in 800 different countries.
We right fucking
800
there.
bases.
We ain't gotta send no goddamn missile from America, no bomb, nigga. We right there on your shore.
800 military bases.
On your shore or on your land. We right there.
Mm-hmm.
We can send some shit.
We is an Annual Bayou.
Yeah, we in you or by you. So we are. Yeah, so that's about position, period. And then Russia being the biggest nation besides Africa, you know what I mean? You need some shit over there, period. You know what I mean? They got Israel.
So that's why they trying to go after Russia because they feel like Russia their biggest threat. Because you know this, they ain't really fucking with China. They fucking with China, but they ain't really like fucking with like in a crazy type way, like war type shit. But Russia, they
just have it.
They call Russia the number one enemy.
They just playing a missile system out there. Just like the shit that's going down with the whole shit with the Incredibles and the, you know what I mean, out there with that shit over there by Africa. You know what I mean? Over there by the Red Sea. That shit over there. You know, it's all about position. Now they got position in the Middle East. You know what I mean? In case some Middle East shit started, it ain't gotta come from here. It's right there. You feel me?
Remember they had a lot on Saddam Hussein, made it seem like he had nuclear weapons. They ain't find one nuke.
Listen,
they said it was just a mistake. I'm like, how the hell y'all mistake a nigga from having nukes and y'all ain't find one? They wanted that oil we had.
Come on,
like Dave Chappelle said, it's oil.
When you, it's about oil, it's about resources, and then it's about like
lithium. Yeah,
the same thing that happened to Kennedy happened to Gaddafi.
Yeah, remember they wanted the opium?
Nah, Gaddafi.
Afghanistan.
No, Gaddafi was trying to change he was trying to back the money by gold, back currency, and backing it by gold. His whole currency is about to be gold. It's called the gold dinar, gold dinar, some shit like that. And he was gonna make the whole country just be gold fucking money. So that was gonna wipe out the whole American dollar. So
and he launched the satellite for Africa.
Niggas wasn't having that. Obama wasn't having that. That nigga got killed. Period. Obama.
But what Gaddafi was trying to do, he was trying to do what Malcolm X was doing. You know how Malcolm X tried to get all the real niggas on one accord. He basically tried to unite the whole United States of Africa like that. He is supposed to have one currency, and the currency is supposed to be gold. It was supposed to be a United States, but once he started talking about it, that's when they killed him like a couple years after he brought up the idea.
Get it. Fuck talking about it. Just do it. It's an effect.
But you know that's hard to do because Africa is like half Arabs, half niggas. So how did you bring Arabs? You see what he was trying to do? He was trying to bring the Arab Union in with the African Union.
Right.
So that man was a genius, bro. Even to think of that concept, like, why blacks never thought about, we need to have an ally.
No,
how we gonna defeat the system on our own if we 13% of the population?
Nah, but just think of that, nigga. We got the most gold in the world. Why not our currency just be gold? Period. Everybody come out here to get their
because the Federal Reserve won't be able to print money if it was only backed on gold. That's why they killed Kennedy, because he backed it with silver. If it's backed on something, they can't just print like monopoly money. You would have to print $1,000 for every gold bar or some shit like that, or every $2,000 for every gold bar you got. But the government don't got no gold. They broke.
Nah, they hit a lick on our gold. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they made gold illegal, Nixon.
Don't forget that Twin Tower lick, nigga. Remember that Twin Tower shit? They got on the gold. They hit the gold lick. Allegedly, they hit the gold lick on the Twin Tower shit.
Somebody need to Google, when did the United States make gold illegal? I think it was like the 60s or the 70s with Nixon. He did something to remove it from the currency.
About them towers dropping, some dropping, and they got some gold, allegedly.
Yeah, it was gold underneath the Twin Towers, but that gold disappeared.
Not the twin, nigga, under that third building or something. One of the motherfuckers. Allegedly.
The third building held the records for like the receipts of what the government was like buying and stuff, but that building got knocked like it's crazy.
Nigga, Fort Knox got robbed. Nigga, it ain't no more Fort Knox. Nigga, they robbed that shit. Nigga, that's why we ain't back by gold though. Nigga, they took Fort Knox.
Hey,
Nigga
hey,
said
how white
Fort
people
Knox. They said Fort
$35
Knox
trillion
got the most, they said Fort Knox got the most gold in the world. That shit got robbed. Nigga, they ain't got no Fort Knox no more. Nigga, that's why we ain't back by gold. That shit is out of here.
But how can something backed on slavery be in debt? We don't even man, I have 250 years of free labor.
Let me
But
Google
we
this
just
shit,
in
man.
debt.
Let me Google this shit and see if Fort Knox is still out there.
Hey, if we in debt 35 trillion, that
Hold
means
on.
slavery made 35 trillion.
Is Fort Knox still active?
Yeah, I think it's still open, but Fortnite's fake, bro. They ain't gonna never show us the inside of that. You know why? Ain't no gold in there, bro.
Now positioned to continue its central role in the front ranks of
It's real, but it's just a building. They talking about that's all the gold. It's a small ass building.
Nah,
Like
so Fort Knox is a military installation right now. I ain't talking about no gold. They said Fort Knox.
So he ain't bringing up gold no more.
Let me see one more time. Let's see.
I'm trying to see. So who got all the
Do Fort
gold?
Knox still have the most gold in the world?
That's crazy. Who the hell got all this gold then? Because they made gold illegal in 1970.
the total amount of gold produced in human history. As of November 2017, stocks in the depository stand at 4.582 metric tons. It is an interesting fact that it is not the vault with the most gold in the world.
Damn.
Oh, so Fort Knox
Gaddafi had all the
is still
gold.
lit. It's still lit. It's still lit. They
4
robbed
metric.
another gold.
You said 4 metric tons of gold.
Yeah, that shit's still lit.
Sound like a lot, but we don't really know because when you look up Fort Knox, that's just a small building. How can that be a lot of gold?
It's still litty in the city, nigga.
Now America gotta have something. I know they ain't broke, bro. They play broke like they in debt, but how can you be in debt with slavery? Y'all have free labor.
Let me get the screen, man. Big shout out to Christina Ward for the $25 cash app, man. Yada that boy, big 25 on it, man. Yada that boy. You feel me? Big shout out, big support, man. We love y'all, man. Thank you. You know. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of shit going down. And speaking of motherfuckers leaving the city, man, we gotta get to this other dialogue, man. This is for my sports niggas before we get up out of here, man. LeBron better stop playing with us, my nigga. LA Laker niggas, man. You know what I mean? LeBron better stop playing with us, my nigga. This nigga play too much, man. They say there's a problem with this nigga wearing a Knicks jersey with. He didn't have a Knicks jersey, but he had a Knicks towel on. Now, I want y'all to peep this out, though. Because there's other players with Knicks towels, too. So I don't take it as serious. But let's watch this right quick. I'm going to mute it. Y'all just watch it because this fair use, this NBA shit. Okay, this is the boy Prince, I think. Okay, he got it. He got the same. He got a towel, too. Prince got a New York towel, too. So I just think that's the towels they had. I think niggas putting this LeBron having a New York towel on a little too serious. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he got the New York towel on. He's going to go to New York. He's leaving the Lakers. He didn't go to the Kobe statue celebration. I didn't appreciate that, though. He should have went to the Kobe statue celebration. That was bullshit. That was bull for LeBron. But them two, the Kobe celebration, he not being there. This nigga wearing the Knick fucking towel. They think LeBron is leaving the fucking Lakers. What say you? Mike tapped out. All right, we're gonna tap him out. Move Mike. All right, man. LeBron, is he gonna leave? Or was that just the, you know what I mean, the 57 fake? Let's shout out Ticket TV, man. My nigga Ticket TV got some breaking news because, you know, after further review, I don't know, man. Lakers, I don't know, man. It's probably ugly for us. Not ugly for us, but I don't know, man. Ticket TV, man. Fair use, man. He has some inside information. Let's go about LeBron and the Lakers and the Knicks. Let's go.
Well, so I'm here to confirm you guys. I told everybody that watches my channel about this a few times. You know, a lot of people thought that I was capping when I said this. A lot of people thought that I was joking when I said this, but I wasn't. And I basically saw a report come out today, and then I made a phone call after I saw a report by Mark Stein. Mark Stein is a very credible NBA reporter. Mook, what's up, dog? Salute to my boy Mook in the building. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Rated R Sports Debates in the building. Y'all see him down there. Salute to him, man. Brother doing his thing for real. But I saw a report today by Mark Stein early today, and I basically was reconfirmed. He basically didn't put any names in his report, but he said that two teams already that he knows for a fact. Mass, what up, baby? Salute. He said two teams he already know for a fact that are already believing that they can sign LeBron James for less money. Well, I went back and spoke with who I was told by the first time that LeBron James was leaving the Lakers to go to the Knicks. And indeed, the Knicks 100% believe that they are signing LeBron James in free agency for less money than the $51 million LeBron James expected to opt out. And he will opt out, leave, go sign with the New York Knicks. And the Knicks are expected to draft Bronny. And from what I heard, this is how I heard it. LeBron James wants to play with Bronny, because he wants to make sure that his game is growing the right way. Now, a player said this too, and he was on point when he said it. I think it was Baron Davis. Baron Davis said that, look, it's better if Bron play with his son Bronny so that he can help his development. And that's exactly what I've been hearing that LeBron James wants to do. The Knicks have 3 draft picks this year in this year's up and coming NBA draft. And from what I'm hearing, the Knicks will use one of those picks to draft Bronny. The meeting with Rich Paul, that is what this stuff allegedly was about. It's just clearing the parameters in order for LeBron James and the Knicks to do business. LeBron James is as good as gone. The Lakers organization knows it. This is the reason why they didn't make any more trades, sacrifice any more picks going forward, because they're not going to sacrifice for a guy they know they're going to leave them in free agency. Again, they know LeBron James put the opt-out clause there for a reason. Most people think he's not going to leave the money. LeBron James doesn't need the money. LeBron James is already a billionaire without the $51 million. LeBron James can make that money in New York any way he wants. James Dolan has so many connections in New York. It doesn't make any sense. LeBron James can make as much money as he wants in New York by going to New York with the connections with James Dolan has on Wall Street. So LeBron James ain't worried about no bread from what I was told. Period. That's the last thing he worried about is whether or not he gonna make up the money. He'll make up the money easy in New York from what I heard. And again, he will take less money to go sign with the New York Knicks is what I'm hearing. Now, Mark Stein put out the report today that multiple NBA teams expected feel that they can sign LeBron James for less money just by drafting Bronny alone. From what I was told today, once again, I was reiterated this once again, the New York Knicks are the team that LeBron James is targeting. And again, you ain't got to believe me. All you got to do is wait till the offseason, wait till he opts out, wait till he goes signs with the Knicks, wait till the Knicks draft his son and he signs with the Knicks. You'll see. I don't have to make this up. Everybody's going to see. You know what I'm saying?
Now, this is all alleged. You know what I mean? But from what's the boy name? Paul, the dude from Clutch, him having the meetings out there in New York. I don't know, man. You never know. But I don't know. Bronny is not on the top 100 prospects of being signed from college. He's not even on the top 100. So he's not guaranteed to get signed. So if Bron signed to the Knicks and they guarantee to sign his son, I see that's a go-go. You know, that's a winner-winner chicken dinner. Like Ticket said, man, that man got money, man. And New York is like I think that either the first biggest, what's the first biggest market? I think it's New York. I think New York is the first biggest market. LA is the second. And I think it's one more, that's the third. But it's New York and LA. Oh, in the Bay Area. Them 3 is the biggest teams that got the most money, salary cap. New York, LA. No. The first one is fucking the Bay. The Warriors got the most salary cap out of all of them. Then it's New York. Then it's the Lakers. So, yeah. The Bay Area got the most salary cap. Then it's New York. So New York got more than LA on salary cap. They worth more, you know. So New York is a big market like LA. Shit. He could do the same shit he did in LA. As far as business wise. You know, they got Wall Street out there, big investments. You know, same shit he could do with the movies and, you know, sponsorships and everything else, man. So it'll be the same lane if he go out there, you know. He said LeBron's son is fine, don't steal his shine. I think coming up in the shadow of LeBron, that's gonna be hard, you know. So even right now, you know what I mean, like they going bad on him, you know what I mean, saying that. And that's just because he ain't good as LeBron. It ain't like he ain't good. He's good. You know, good enough to play in college, you know, McDonald's, all that shit, you know what I mean? But is he good as his pops at that age? You know, that's what people comparing him to. And that's the only thing that LeBron said he, you know, kind of disappointed that he named his son, you know, the junior, because you got big shoes to fill. You know, you in the shadow of your pops that did amazing shit, you know, and you in the same motherfucking business. So they expect you to come and do the same shit your pops did or better. You know, so it's just a beginning. We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know when he get to the NBA what he gonna do. He gonna level up. You know what I mean? Like Steph Curry came in the game, kind of not him. You know, he became him. You know, Jordan. You know, when he was in junior high school, he wasn't him. Got in high school, he grew taller and became him. Went to college and was super him. And then went to the NBA and became a GOAT. You know, so everything takes, you know, practice, everything takes, you know, work, everything takes learning shit, you know, and mastering shit. So I think Bronny got a long time to master and learn, you know, especially playing aside his father. So he's gonna be good. He's gonna be straight. With that being said, man, I'm about to get the fuck up out this motherfucker, man. It's been a wild ass what the fuck weekly, a real political. You know what I mean? Y'all probably didn't agree with this. Some people could put the thumbs down, you know. Some people could go for Sleepy Joe. I'm tired of that nigga. I'm tired of all them. I'm tired of they bullshit ass laws, they bullshit law and crime that got just everybody just wilding out like it's a purge around the whole fucking United States. It's mania. Period, man. This shit is wild, man. So we need some we need some laws, some order. And I was a nigga that was like, hey, defund the police. Nigga, we need the police. Get their ass out there, bro. Period. We need laws. You know what I mean? That niggas they steal out. Niggas that rob, steal, and kill. Nigga, hey, man. It's different, man. Period. The regular laws that it was before these soft ass laws under $1,000 and all that other stupid shit came out with the new administration. Like, nigga, it was laws, penalties, nigga. You steal, nigga. There was a nigga in jail that did like 5 years for stealing CDs, nigga. Because he had so many fucking prizes. He got about 30 prizes for just going in fucking different fucking warehouses. And, you know, warehouse used to be the where you buy CDs and tapes and shit from. Different warehouses and circuit cities and any moms and pop stores is stealing tapes and CDs and shit. His last one, he stole a DMX. This nigga did 5 years. He stole CDs 30 times, did 5 years. Sent that nigga to the pen for stealing CDs. Even though he did it 30 times, at least he got some time. These niggas could do it 30 times and still don't get no time. The motherfucking immigrants beat up the police in New York. Didn't get no time. Them niggas got released in 17 hours. Let a black man swing at a police. It's murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. Nigga, fuck a taser. I can fuck the taser. Fuck the Billy Club. Fuck all that. I'm killing this motherfucker. The migrants is kicking them motherfuckers in the head, stumping them out. All that shit. get arrested and out within 17 hours throwing middle fingers at the camera like, pop, nigga. Like, fuck y'all. That's what we doing. So, I'm out this motherfucker, man. Let's get America back right, man. No matter who in the office, we need somebody best in office that's gonna get us right. Right now, this shit is crazy. It's awful. And for this nigga to say Moscow look better than any country or city or state in America, not country, but any city or state in America, we losing. Because when I was touring, I thought America was better than everything that I went to. I ain't been to Dubai yet. I ain't been to Japan, Tokyo, and China, none of that shit. I ain't been to Africa yet. But the places I've been, America is way better than all that shit. Period. So for him to say, hey, I went to Moscow, they shit more cleaner, better food, better structure, better this, better that. Shit. We gotta step our shit up, man. America. You know what Mac Dre say? Turn it up a notch. On that note, we out this motherfucker. Salute to the whole nation, the whole chat, the SID committee, everybody. This was a serious night. Wasn't too much jokes, you know what I mean? Appreciate everybody that tapped in. I'm out this motherfucker. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Smoke a Lot Radio. Bye-bye now. Got it right, boy.